Today, the institution proudly celebrates its first graduation day, a moment that honors not only academic accomplishment, but also the spirit of perseverance, purpose, and transformation. Guided by its timeless motto, Lucet et Ardit, shine to enkindle. The institution continues its mission of spreading the light of knowledge, wisdom, and compassion. For 146 years, St. Aloysius has carried forward a rich legacy of academic excellence, value-based education, and holistic formation. As we gather to celebrate this momentous first Convocation, we are reminded that at the heart of Aloysian education lies a deep calling to nurture individuals who are intellectually competent, emotionally balanced, morally grounded, and socially committed. Ladies and gentlemen, as we prepare to commence this solemn and memorable ceremony, may I now request you to kindly rise and remain standing as the distinguished dignitaries and the academic procession led by the band make their way into the auditorium. Let us give them a thunderous round of applause. The University Mace, a distinguished symbol of the authority, dignity, and academic tradition of the university, will now be carried by the registrar. Its presence signifies the official authority of the university and marks the commencement of this solemn convocation ceremony. The registrar, carrying the mace, will now lead the academic procession. The academic procession is led by Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, and followed by Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, S.J., Vice Chancellor, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Reverend Father Brian Pereira, S.J., Rector, St. Aloysius Institutions, Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz, S.J., Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, and President, Bangalore Jesuit Educational Society, along with Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar, Vice Chancellor, O.P. Jindal Global Institution of Eminence deemed to be University, and Professor Milosh Lishner, S.J., Reverend Dr. Melvin Dikuna, S.J., Pro-Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, governing body members, experts of the Academic Council, deans, librarian, office manager, and the conveners of the ceremony. Let us give them a thunderous round of applause and welcome the esteemed dignitaries for the first graduation ceremony of St. Aloysius, deemed to be University.
Every meaningful journey begins with a sense of gratitude towards the Almighty. As we gather here to celebrate achievement, aspiration, and new beginnings, let us pause for a moment to seek God's blessings. I now invite the University Choir to lead us in prayer.
Care to know my name, would care today and gone tomorrow. A wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind. Still you hear me when I'm calling. Lord, you catch me when I'm falling, and you've told me who I am. I am yours. I am yours.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. With profound respect and great honor, we now invite the Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz S.J., the Provincial of Karnataka Jesuit Province, to formally declare the Convocation ceremony open.
I declare the first Convocation ceremony of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru, open.
Thank you, Father. Every memorable occasion begins by acknowledging the presence of those who make it meaningful. As we gather here to celebrate the achievements of our graduates, it is now time to formally welcome the distinguished dignitaries, proud parents, faculty members, guests, and students who are part of this special day. May I now invite Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., Vice Chancellor, St. Aloysius deemed to be University, to extend a heartfelt welcome to the gathering.
Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz S.J., Honorable Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University and Provincial of the Karnataka Jesuit Province, Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar, our distinguished and Vice Chancellor, Milorada S.J., our esteemed of honor and Vice Chancellor of Trnava University, Slovakia, Reverend
Brian Pinera S.J., Pro-Chancellor and Rector of St. Aloysius Institutions, esteemed members of the Managing Trust, Executive Council, Academic Council, distinguished dignitaries,
members of the faculty, parents, alumni, benefactors, members of the media, and my dear graduating students of 2026. A very warm and pleasant afternoon to each and every one of you gathered here on this historic and joyous occasion of the first Convocation ceremony of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru. It gives me immense joy and profound privilege to welcome you all to this landmark event in the illustrious history of our institution. Today is indeed a red letter day, a day of celebration, thanksgiving, and pride as we confer degrees upon graduating students of 2026, the first batch to graduate under the banner of St. Aloysius deemed to be University. Your gracious presence has added immense dignity and splendor to this historic occasion. As we celebrate this first Convocation, we also celebrate the remarkable journey of St. Aloysius, founded in 1880 by the Society of Jesus. For over 146 years, this institution has stood as a beacon of academic excellence and holistic education, inspired by the Jesuit ideal of forming men and women for and with others. Guided by our motto, Lucet et Ardet, shine to enkindle, we have remained steadfast in nurturing competence, conscience, compassion, and commitment. The conferment of status of deemed to be university in January 2024 marked a transformative milestone in our history. Today, St. Aloysius has evolved into a vibrant multidisciplinary university with more than 8,800 students, over 110 academic programs, 11 schools, out of which 2 were added recently, the School of Law and School of Engineering, and 44 departments, supported by a committed team of dedicated faculty and staff who strive tirelessly to provide quality education rooted in Jesuit values. Today, we stand with immense gratitude and pride as an institution that has reached a defining moment in its illustrious journey. After 144 years of distinguished service in higher education as St. Aloysius College, we were conferred the status of a deemed to be university in January 2024, a historic milestone that ushered in a new era of academic excellence, innovation, and global engagement. What makes this journey truly extraordinary is that within a year of attaining university status, we were awarded the prestigious NAC A++ accreditation with an outstanding CGPA of 3.67. The extension of the college's NAC accreditation to the newly established university by both the University Grants Commission and National Assessment and Accreditation Council is an unprecedented achievement in the history of higher education in India, reflecting the confidence reposed in the enduring legacy of excellence that St. Aloysius has built over nearly a century and a half. It is even more remarkable that within a year of receiving university status and NAC A++ accreditation, St. Aloysius was conferred the coveted UGC Category 1 status, an honor presently enjoyed by only 26 universities in the country. This recognition places us among the elite group of higher educational institutions that enjoy enhanced academic autonomy and are acknowledged for their excellence in teaching, research, innovation, governance, and institutional quality. Further strengthening our global outlook, St. Aloysius has been accredited by the Data Science Council of America, DASCA, reaffirming our commitment to international standards in data science education and emerging technologies. Among yet another feather to our cap, St. Aloysius University has been recognized as one of India's leading institutions in sustainability, securing the 23rd rank nationally and the 4th rank in Karnataka, along with a gold rating in the National Green University Ranking 2026. This prestigious recognition reflects our commitment to integrating sustainability into every facet of university life, from teaching, research, innovation to campus operations, biodiversity conservation, renewable energy, water stewardship, waste management, and community outreach. These recognitions are not merely milestones or rankings. They are enduring affirmations of our commitment to academic excellence, quality assurance, innovation, research, sustainability, and continuous transformation. They inspire us to remain steadfast in our mission of nurturing globally competent professionals, ethical leaders, socially responsible citizens, and environmentally conscious stewards who will build a more just, inclusive, and sustainable future. Research has become one of the defining strengths of our university. We are proud to have 74 recognized research guides, 180 doctoral scholars, vibrant research centers, faculty seat funding initiatives, and 4 peer-reviewed research journals. Our researchers continue to contribute meaningfully to science, humanities, commerce, management, and emerging technologies, while our Laboratory of Applied Biology has earned national recognition for its pioneering work in plant tissue culture. Our international footprint continues to expand through 50 international collaborations and more than 150 national and regional partnerships, creating opportunities for collaborative research, faculty and student exchange, internships, innovation, and global engagement. Our campus is not merely a place of learning, it is a vibrant community where academic excellence, artistic creativity, sporting talent, environmental consciousness, and social responsibility flourish together. It is now my singular privilege to extend a warm and respectful welcome to the President of this occasion, Reverend Chancellor of St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, and the Provincial of Karnataka Jesuit Province, and the President of Mangalore Jesuit Educational Society, which is the sponsoring body of the university. Dear Father, your visionary leadership, commitment to Jesuit education, and constant encouragement have been instrumental in guiding our university through this historic phase of transformation. We remain deeply grateful for your wisdom, support, and becoming a university began, and he is the one who led this in the forefront. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to join me in extending a warm welcome to our Honorable Chancellor, Father Dionysius Vaz. It's my proud privilege to extend a heartfelt welcome to our chief guest, Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar, the founding Vice Chancellor of OP Jindal Global University and Institution of Eminence. Professor Rajkumar is one of the India's foremost educationists, an internationally acclaimed legal scholar, institution builder, and visionary leader in higher education. Under his exemplary leadership, OP Jindal Global University has earned global recognition for excellence in teaching, research, innovation, and international engagement. More so is a Jesuit student from Loyola College, Chennai, and he knows the Jesuit traditions rather well. Sir, your distinguished presence adds immense significance to our first convocation ceremony. We are confident that your convocation address will inspire our graduates to dream big, think globally, and lead with integrity and compassion. On behalf of the entire Aloysian family, once again I extend you a very warm welcome. We are equally honored to welcome our guest of honor, Professor Milos Lišnar, SJ, Vice Chancellor of Trnava University, Slovakia. Our distinguished Jesuit scholar, theologian, and academic leader, Professor Lišnar has made remarkable contributions to higher education and international academic collaboration. Your presence among us today symbolizes the global fraternity of Jesuit institutions and strengthens the bond of friendship and academic cooperation between two of our universities. Dear Father, we are delighted to have you with us and extend to you our warmest welcome. I extend a cordial welcome to our beloved Rector, Pro-Chancellor, Reverend Father Brian Pereira SJ. Dear Father, your pastoral leadership, engagement, and encouragement and steadfast commitment to the mission of Jesuit education here at St. Aloysius and other institutions in India and Karnataka to continue to inspire our university community. He is also a counselor and vibrant leader among the youth. We are grateful for your guidance and presence on this memorable occasion. A very warm welcome to you, Reverend Father Brian Pereira SJ. It's also my privilege to extend a warm and cordial welcome to Professor Anand Prakash Mishra, Director, School of Law, OP Jindal Global University. Dear Professor, we are delighted by your gracious presence at this historic first convocation ceremony. On behalf of the entire Aloysian family, I extend to you a very warm welcome. I also warmly welcome the members of our Managing Trust, Executive Council, Academic Council, Finance Committee, Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments, members of the faculty, officers, and all our teaching and non-teaching faculty. Every milestone that we celebrate today has been made possible through your dedication, professionalism, and commitment to excellence. I thank each one of you for your invaluable contribution to the growth and success of our university. My heartfelt welcome also goes to our benefactors, alumni, collaborators, donors, and well-wishers whose generous support and enduring faith have strengthened our institution over the years. A very special word of welcome is reserved for the parents and families of our graduating students. Your sacrifices, encouragement, prayers, and faith have enabled them to reach this proud milestone today. We thank you for placing your trust in St. Aloysius and for partnering with Jesuits in St. Aloysius in shaping young minds and hearts. I also extend a warm welcome to our friends from print, electronic, and digital media. We sincerely appreciate your continued support in sharing the story of our university and its contribution to the society. My dear students, today belongs to you. As you receive your convocation today, degrees, remember that they are not merely certificates of academic achievement. They are symbols of responsibility. They signify your readiness to contribute meaningfully to society through your knowledge, skills, values, and integrity. The world you enter today is one of unprecedented opportunities and equally unprecedented challenges. It needs individuals who are intellectually competent, ethically grounded, socially responsible, and environmentally conscious. It needs leaders who can innovate without losing sight of compassion, succeed without compromising integrity, and serve without seeking recognition. As graduates of St. Aloysius, carry with you the enduring values of Jesuit education, faith, justice, excellence, compassion, and service. Let your learning continue throughout life. Be courageous in your convictions, humble in your achievements, generous in your service, and steadfast in your commitment to the common good. May you always strive to become leaders who transform communities, protect our planet, uphold human dignity, and build a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world. Congratulations to each one of you on this remarkable achievement. Always remember that St. Aloysius will forever remain your home. Stay connected with your alma mater, support future generations of Aloysians, and continue to uphold the cherished legacy of this great institution. Once an Aloysian, always an Aloysian. With these words, I once again extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you and wish you a memorable, meaningful, and inspiring first convocation ceremony. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Father. I would now request Reverend Father Brian Pereira, S.J., Pro-Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University and the Rector, St. Aloysius Institution, to offer a sapling to our esteemed Chief Guest, Professor C. Rajkumar. May I now request our Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, S.J., to offer a sampling to our guest of honor, Professor Miloš Lišner, S.J. We request Reverend Father Melvin Dikuna, S.J., to offer a sapling to Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz, S.J., Chancellor of St. Aloysius, deemed to be University. Thank you, dignitaries on the dais. We now announce the formal submission of the list of graduates and rank holders by our Registrar, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, to the Provincial, Father Dionysius Vaz, S.J.
Honorable Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz, S.J. This is the list of candidates who have been examined and found qualified for postgraduate diploma in business management, bachelor's of education, and master's degree programs. The list has been duly approved by the Academic Council and Executive Council of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru. It contains names and academic attainments of 11 postgraduate diploma in business management students, 32 bachelors of education students, and 758 master's degree students, making a total of 801 graduating students across various disciplines. Honorable Chancellor, I take this pleasure in submitting this list to you and request you to admit them to the appropriate degrees for which they have been found qualified.
Thank you, sir. Today, we come together to honor the steadfast dedication of our graduates to lead lives rooted in integrity, strive for excellence, and uphold the true essence of being an Aloysian. May I now invite Reverend Father Brian Pereira, S.J., the Pro-Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University and Rector of our institutions, to lead the oath-taking ceremony. I request all our young graduates to please rise. Raise your right hand and prepare to take the pledge. As you take this solemn oath, we acknowledge a meaningful difference in the world. When the oath is administered, every student must repeat the phrase after the rector.
As a graduating student of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru, I hereby solemnly declare and promise that I shall conduct myself as befits the core values enshrined in the Jesuit vision and mission, namely competence, commitment, compassion, and conscience. I shall, in my words and deeds, uphold and advance the cause of sound learning and ethical behavior. I shall be a true ambassador of my alma mater and its noble mission by striving to be a person for and with others in all my endeavors and promote social order, ensuring dignity and respect for all beings.
Thank you, Father. Students, please remain standing. Graduates, having solemnly taken the graduate's oath and embraced the responsibilities that accompany your academic achievement, you are now invited to perform a cherished symbol of graduation. Please move the tassel on your graduation cap from the right side to the left side. This simple yet profound gesture marks your transition from students to graduates and signifies the successful completion of your academic journey. Graduates, kindly turn your tassels now. Congratulations, graduates. As we continue this solemn celebration, we now come to a moment that reflects the spirit, legacy, and shared identity of our institution. The university anthem is more than a song. It is a reminder of the values and memories that bind generations of Aloysians together. I now invite the choir to lead us in rendition of the university anthem.
Thank you. You may be seated. We have amongst us a great personality as the chief guest. Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar, a Rhodes Scholar, is the founding Vice Chancellor of O.P. Jindal Global University, JGU, in India. He was appointed as the Vice Chancellor at the age of 34 in 2009 when the university was established. Professor Kumar has academic qualifications from the University of Oxford, Harvard University, University of Hong Kong, University of Delhi, and Loyola College. Professor Kumar conceived the idea of establishing India's first global university with the philanthropic support of Mr. Naveen Jindal, established JGU in 2009. In 2020, JGU was recognized as the Institute of Eminence by the Ministry of Education, Government of India, a recognition that is given only to 12 public and private universities among 1,000 universities in India. Professor Kumar is an accomplished scholar in the fields of human rights and development, comparative constitutional law, terrorism and national security, corruption and governance, law and disaster management, legal education and higher education, with more than 250 publications to his credit. Sir, over to you for your message.
Congratulations to the class of 2026. Let me first acknowledge the distinguished presence of our Reverend Father Brian Pereira, the Pro-Chancellor and Rector, St. Aloysius Institutions, Reverend Father Aloysius Vaz, Chancellor and Provincial of Karnataka, Jesuit Province, our distinguished Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Matis, and also our Registrar, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, all the distinguished faculty members of St. Aloysius Institutions, the students, the faculty members, staff, the graduating class of 2026, the parents and friends and relatives and others who have assembled here as we mark a very historic occasion, which is the first convocation ceremony of this truly remarkable institution. I am very fortunate and delighted to be here as not only I see myself belonging to the wider Jesuit family for having studied at Loyola College Madras, even before that having studied at St. Bede's Anglo-Indian Higher Secondary School in Chennai, I had the privilege of being part of this extraordinary community which has not only imbibed the values of compassion and conscience and service to all of us as we both enter and leave the portals of this institution, but also created an ecosystem and environment for learning and true transformation. Today is a historic day as we celebrate the graduation of 801 students who have worked hard and who have excelled in their performance and perseverance here in this institution. So congratulations to all of you. In particular, I want to recognize the 56 university rank holders. A round of applause for all those individuals who have brought laurels to them and to their family. But I also want to mention that this is a very special occasion because you can't have the first convocation again. So for all those individuals who are part of this moment, please recognize that you are not only pioneering individuals, but you have created a new institutional imagination that will outlast all of our lives. You have created something that will withstand the test of time, but also something that has been created for posterity. So let's briefly understand what an extraordinary history and legacy of 146 years of a remarkable institution. Now this institution, as it was mentioned, was founded in 1880, and I want to begin by paying tribute to 7 individuals who were part of the founding mission, and also their inspiration contributed to the development of this institution. Some of you may be aware, but I would like all the students to particularly recognize and remember these 7 individuals. Father Angelo Mutti founded St. Aloysius College in 1880 and served as its first principal. Second, Bishop Niccolo Pagani, he led the vision and support for establishing the college. Third, Brother Antonio Moschini, who created the renowned frescoes of St. Aloysius Chapel, which I am sure you are all familiar. Fourth, Father Augustus Miller founded the medical mission that became Father Muller's medical institutions. 5, St. Ignatius of Loyola, founder of the Jesuit order, whose vision continues to inspire this institution and also my own alma mater, Loyola College Madras. 6, St. Aloysius Gonzaga, patron saint of youth and students, whose life models purity and dedication. And 7, St. Francis Xavier, missionary and apostle, whose zeal for service inspired many different forms of outreach, because of which we have come to a stage where we are today. It is a moment for us to acknowledge each of their contributions that brought us to where we are. For all the graduating students today, let me say this, that you are indeed graduating at a historic time. Regardless of whichever school or program that you are graduating from, whichever degree that you have completed, you are going to be making a huge difference to the society outside. In fact, one of the remarkable aspects of the educational imagination that has been provided here at St. Aloysius for all of you is that it has broken the barriers of knowledge. Interdisciplinarity has been deeply embedded in your own pursuit of knowledge, so that you are better prepared to face the world that is out there. A lot of you may be wondering that as you graduate from the portals of this venerable institution, what is the world out there? Undoubtedly, there is uncertainty. Some of the most fundamental and foundational values that we have built over the last 100 years has been challenged in recent times. There are aspects of international law and peace and security which have been threatened. Even closer to home, we do face challenges that have questioned the imagination of the kind of society that we have built. but it is these moments that seek your values. It is at these moments that seek your leadership. It is at these moments where your education at St. Aloysius can help you and contribute to the transformation of society that you are entering into. So, what you might have got here is a Jesuit education that forms the whole person, the holistic personality that has been built. Some of you will know it now, but as you enter into the world of professions, you will understand and appreciate this much more. An intellectually competent person, a morally upright person, a spiritually grounded person, and most importantly, a socially responsible person. So education is not about careers, it's about character. And that is exactly what Jesuit education and Aloysius education has given it to you. Knowledge without values is not just dangerous, but it also can become a force for evil. But on the other hand, if it is embedded in values, it becomes a transformative opportunity as a force for good. And that is exactly what the graduates of Aloysius will experience. You are not just graduates, you are men and women who are going to be dedicating your life for the transformation of the society that is waiting outside. So, what is the society that is waiting outside? Now, some of you may have already recognized the fact that we are living in an extraordinarily diverse society that is India. The fact that these institutions have withstood the test of time, where we have institutions which different faiths and religions and castes and other sense of identity deeply embedded in the plurality of Indian society, is a remarkable contribution of Indian civilization heritage. India is a country of 1.5 billion people. But it's important for us to recognize that among the 1.5 billion people, 1 billion of them are less than 35 years of age. Almost all of us sitting on the dais are above 35, and almost all of you who are graduating today are less than 35. At the dawn of Indian independence, our life expectancy was approximately 32, and today it is more than 72. United Nations estimated that our life expectancy is going to increase to more than 80 in the decades to come. That essentially means that when most parts of the Western world will become older, when most parts of Eastern world, including China and Japan, will become older, India will be younger, and will be younger for a longer time. Young Indians, including the graduates of Aloysius institution today, you will be shaping the future of India and the future of the world, and that becomes a centrality for your mission and indeed your future. So what are these future-ready universities such as Aloysius are doing? They are doing three important things. One, they are deeply committed to the pursuit of excellence, and that you have already seen through your educational experience here. They are also deeply committed to ethics and indeed imbibing the values that each one of you are today experiencing as you go and face the world. And the third, which I think is significantly important in the world of artificial intelligence and robotics and machine learning, which is to have a sense of empathy, to be able to understand and deal with both issues, individuals and societal challenges, understanding and appreciating with a sense of empathy. So, why today's graduates of Aloysius are important and significant? Unlike previous generations, you will work alongside with artificial intelligence. No generation before has this unique opportunity where you can not only recognize the contours of that technological transformation, but also use artificial intelligence as a force for common good. Your advantage will never simply be information. Your advantage will be judgment, creativity, empathy, integrity, and leadership, all of which are so critical for augmenting the world of technology that you will be inheriting. You have been prepared not only for successful careers, but for meaningful lives and contributions to society, and that is exactly what a good Jesuit education, a holistic education has provided for you. So, what should you be doing? Well, Live with purpose and values. Success without values is empty, and you simply will become somewhat depressed as you end up experiencing success without a sense of empathy and values deeply embedded in it. Let your education transform you and improve the world around you. Be people of competence, conscience, and compassion, as it was said earlier. I want to end by sharing with you 6 values that I think are critical today as you graduate from this institution. Each one of them are so important for this moment. So, the first one, be thankful, be grateful, develop a sense of gratitude. So much of what you've achieved today is because of so many others who made professional and personal sacrifices. This is a moment for you to be grateful to your parents, your friends, your teachers, your mentors, and so many others who contributed to your life. So much that you can be proud of yourself is not just because of your own accomplishments, but so many others who contributed to your own life. I can't do better than none other than Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who beautifully observed the African philosophy of Ubuntu, and he said, and I quote, "Ubuntu speaks of the very essence of being human. It speaks of our deep interconnectedness. I am because we are," unquote. So the sense of Ubuntu ought to be deeply embedded in each one of you as you graduate today with a sense of accomplishment for which so many others contributed to your success. The second value that I want to share with you is dream and develop a power of idea. In fact, the idea of dream and aspiration is the single most important quality that I would like you to develop as you look at the future. You are born in a generation where so much can be accomplished at a relatively short span of time. Just think about the kind of extraordinary discoveries and inventions that have happened at a relatively short span of time, at times even with lesser resources. Imagine iPhone as a technological transformation is barely 2 decades old. Think about the world in which barely 2 decades ago there was no iPhone. With that one instrument, we are able to connect and do so many different things. In fact, the need for dreaming and developing an aspiration ought to be part of your future as you have received privileged education. Closer to home, I can't help but share with you that in this state itself, but also other states together, India has been playing an extraordinary role in advancing science and technology, especially in the fields of space technology. Think about the fact that India has had successful missions to both Mars and Moon for a fraction of a cost. You may be aware that movies such as Martian and Interstellar in Hollywood were made for more than $100 million, and India had successful missions to Mars and Moon for $75 million. We are leaders, global leaders in frugal innovation, which has democratized access to technology for the global south, and that is also part of the innovation that we promoted. Hence, it's important for you to develop the power of ideas. Ideas that can change society, ideas that can address problems, ideas that can create transformation in society. As you graduate, it's important for you to dream and to work towards a dream. There is nothing that you can't accomplish, and I can't do better than what Swami Vivekananda said, and I quote, "Take up one idea, make that one idea your life, think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea, and just leave every other idea alone. This is the way to success," unquote. The point is that with education comes privilege and responsibility, and that privilege and responsibility needs to empower you to dream big, and in that process work towards fulfilling that dream. And that is my second message to you after gratitude. So first was gratitude, second was dreaming and aspiring and ideas. The third is to be daring. Your generation is privileged also because of the fact that you don't have the burden of history. You are in a position to speak truth to power and develop a sense of courage of conviction so that you can rise up to those challenges that will be thrown before you. Youth have already provided leadership, and it's absolutely important for you to recognize that you have a responsibility to challenge any form of problems that society is thrown and is facing. And so develop a sense of daring attitude. The power of courage has to be brought to the education that you have received, and hence it's important for you to develop that. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the first Home Minister of India, famously observed, and I quote, "Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the triumph over it. The greatest courage is to dare to be right amid the overwhelming might of wrong." I also want to share with you an extraordinary story which some of you might know. This dates back to 7th June 1893. On 7th June 1893, a young 23-year-old lawyer by name Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was traveling from Pretoria to Durban, and he was having a first-class ticket, and he was sitting in that first-class compartment of this train. And at that time, some white passengers who were there, they were uncomfortable when the train stopped at Pietermaritzburg station for him to be sitting in that compartment. When Mr. Gandhi showed that he had a first-class ticket, they simply didn't recognize still, and he was asked to move to another compartment. The person in charge of the train essentially said that you either move to the other compartment or you will have to leave. Gandhi resisted and told that he had a first-class ticket, but it was not recognized. He was thrown out of that station with his belongings, and Gandhi spent the cold night of June 7th, 1893 at the Pietermaritzburg station. Now, most people who experience that would end up recognizing that there is some problem and they will just move on after that. But for Gandhi, it was a moment of reckoning. He decided to dedicate his entire life for that social and political transformation. He recognized that there was a problem there, and in that process, it became a sense of awakening. So, for all the graduating students, don't accept injustice, because for your education ought to have empowered you to fight for those injustices and develop a sense of daring approach with the power of courage. That is my third suggestion to you. Fourth is service. The power of purpose in your life. I think it is so critical that for after having received this privileged education, you need to recognize that you need to serve for the betterment of society. And when I say service, I don't mean that you shouldn't end up making money and fulfilling your own dreams and aspirations in any profession. Service is about recognizing that you have a responsibility towards society. You need to contribute to the betterment of society. You need to use your education, your experience, your privilege, your skills, and your thoughts, ideas, perspectives for the betterment of society. Famously, Mahatma Gandhi observed, and I quote, "A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history," unquote. You are all a small body of those determined spirits that Mahatma Gandhi spoke about. Service is so integral to Jesuit education, and I sincerely hope you will work towards contributing to that society to make it a better one. The fifth aspect is something that is equally embedded in the culture of Jesuit institutions, which is about forgiveness, the power of forgiveness. In your journeys of life, you will face disappointments, betrayals, people who you trusted will fail you, opportunities that you thought you deserved to get wouldn't be coming to you because somebody did something wrong. You will be disappointed, you will be angry, you will be frustrated. But in those moments, it's important for you to elevate yourself and develop a deep sense of power of forgiveness. And that is the fifth value I want you to live with. I can't do better than Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was kept in prison for 27 years. For 27 years, he spent in 3 different prisons, including in Robben Island in South Africa. And when he left the prison, and he said, and I quote, and he speaks about this in his book, The Long Walk to Freedom, and I'm quoting this: "As I walk out the door toward the gate that will lead to my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison," unquote. That is Nelson Mandela after having forgiven those people who put him in jail for 27 years. It can't get worse than that. So develop a sense of forgiveness. Elevate yourself and be the kind of person who will accept these disappointments in life, betrayals in life, and even breaking of trust that will happen, and develop that sense of forgiveness. And the last is about be a leader. Developing leadership quality ought to come with the kind of education that you have received. There are so many aspects in which we lead leaders in every walk of life. Regardless of whichever discipline, you have an opportunity to be a leader. Be it a nuclear scientist, a biologist, a physicist, somebody who's involved in humanities, social sciences, liberal arts, many other disciplines as well. Leadership ought to be deeply embedded in every aspect of our civic culture. Dr. Ambedkar, the chairperson of the drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly and India's first law minister, famously observed, and I quote, "Leadership is not measured by the number of followers one commands. It is measured by the courage with which one upholds the Constitution, protects our institutions, and resists the temptation to place any individual above the rule of law." And that is Dr. Ambedkar, where leadership is not just about self-aggrandizement. It's about recognizing that you have a responsibility, and that is the heart of leadership. I know I have taken time. I want to end this extraordinary moment when all of you are graduating with some of the most profoundly inspiring sentences that I've ever read in my life. Now, this is very interesting what I'm about to read, because for a long time, most people in the world had thought that these sentences were written by Mother Teresa. But the world discovered much later that it was not written by Mother Teresa. She had framed these words and kept in her sort of room in Kolkata for many years. I had the privilege to be this person who actually is the original author of these words. The original author of these words, which I'm about to read, and there is a bit of suspense there, was a person by name Kent Keith. Kent Keith wrote these words as a 19-year-old sophomore, a second-year student at Harvard College in 1968. He wrote these words with a view to inspire young people like you to become leaders, to be able to recognize that there is something deeper and more transformative as a young person to contribute to the leadership. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege to spend an hour with Kent Keith. Later, of course, he graduated from Harvard, then went to Oxford, became a Rhodes Scholar, and did very many things, became president of a university, and has been inspiring millions of people around the world. So, what are these absolutely amazing words which I read every day, even today, for now nearly 2 decades? It is called The Paradoxical Commandments, and it is entitled, "Anyway." People are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you are successful, you will win false friends, and true enemies succeed anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness will make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. The biggest men and women with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men and women with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. People favor underdogs but follow only top dogs. Fight for a few underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People really need help, but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway. Give the world the best you have got, and you will get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you have anyway. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Raj Kumar. Your words are sure to enlighten and empower our graduating students as they step into a world of endless possibilities. We also have with us the guest of honor, Professor Miloš Lišne, SJ, the Vice Chancellor, Trnava University of Slovakia. Professor Miloš is a distinguished academic, theologian, and university leader with an extensive career in higher education, research, and academic administration. Beyond his university responsibilities, Professor Lišne has been actively involved in international academic and theological associations. He has served as president of the European Society of Catholic Theology and is associated with the Slovak Patristic Society. Over to you, Professor Lišne, for your message.
Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz, Honorable Chancellor of St. Aloysius, deemed to be University and Provincial of the Karnaka Jesuits Province, Professor Dr. Siraj Kumar, Distinguished Chief Guest and Founding Vice Chancellor of Jindal Global University, Reverend Praven Martis, Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, and Reverend Father Brian Pereira, Pro-Chancellor and Rector of St. Aloysius Institutions, esteemed members of Board of Management, of Governing Body, and the Academical Council, dear colleagues from all faculties, parents, families, alumni, and benefactors, and above all, our dear graduating students of the class of 2026. A very good afternoon to all of you. I bring you the greetings of Trnava University, of the Jesuits of Slovakia, and of a very small country in the heart of Europe, which I suspect many of you would have difficulty finding on a map. I thank Father Vice Chancellor most warmly for invitation to stand here today. It is an honor I did not expect and one I shall not forget. In the life of a university there are many ceremonies, but very few beginnings. Today is a beginning. For 146 years, St. Aloysius had taught, examined, formed and sent out generations of students. For most of that history, the degrees earned here were formally conferred under the authority of another university. Today, for the first time in its history as a university, this institution confers its degrees in its own name. Dear graduates, let me say plainly what that means. The name of the house that formed you and the name on the parchment you receive this afternoon are at least the same name. That is rare and beautiful thing. And you are the first ever to receive it. Congratulations. I have traveled nearly 7,000 kilometers to be with you. And yet since the moment I arrived on this campus, I had not once had the sensation of being abroad. I recognized the chapel. I recognized the corridors, the notice boards, the particular way the students greet a visitor, and the particular way the father argue at table. This is not merely sentiment. It says something real about the kind of institution you belong to. A A Jesuit university is more than a local institution. Consider how young this society was when it first came to India. Ignatius and his companions were approved in Rome in 1540. 2 years later, Francis Xavier landed at Goa. He never returned to Europe. He died in 1552 in Changchuan Island off the coast of China, still moving eastward. In Madurai, Roberto de Nobili immersed himself in Tamil and Sanskrit learning and made linguistic and cultural encounter part of his missionary work. From the very first generation, this was a body of men organized across borders, whose letters from Japan, Brazil, and the Malabar coast could be read aloud in the refectories of Jesuit communities across Europe. Trnava. Allow me 1 minute of my own institution's history, because it carries a lesson that belongs to this day. Our university was founded in 1635 by Cardinal Peter Pázmány, himself a Jesuit, and that during its first life it was administered by Society of Jesus. It had its faculties, its library, and very rich intellectual life. In 1777, it was moved from Bratislava to Buda, today Hungary. 4 years after the Society of Jesus had been suppressed. More than 2 centuries would pass before the university again bore the name of Trnava. In April 1950, the communist regime moved against the male religious order in what became known as Operation K. In Slovakia, 881 religious from 11 orders were interned in the night of 13 to 14 April. The remaining male monasteries were by force closed in May, and women's orders were targeted later that year. Many religious later passed through forced labor camps, prisons for many, many years, and internment monasteries. Theology was taught secretly, also in prisons, outside the institutions controlled by the regime. Sometimes in private flats, without ordinary examinations, without diplomas or ceremonies of this kind. Trnava University was legally re-established in 1992, 3 years after the communist regime fell, as the first non-Marxist university. I tell you this for one reason. Institutions can be closed, buildings can be confiscated, charters revoked, and ceremonies forbidden. What survived those centuries in my country was not a structure. It was a people who had been formed and who had kept what they had been given at a time when there was no certificate on earth that could prove they had it. That is worth remembering on the day you receive a certificate. And notice how the traffic has changed directions. For centuries, Jesuits from Europe came to India. Today, Indian Jesuits teach in Europe, Africa, and the Americas. I increasingly find myself looking to India for intellectual leadership in fields ranging from philosophy to information technology, and so down. This exchange is no longer one way, and it is the surest sign of network that has come of age. There are today more than 200 Jesuit higher education institutions in more than 50 countries connected through the International Association of Jesuit Universities. Dear graduates, as of this afternoon, you belong to a wider family represented by that network. Wherever you work or your studies take you, there will very probably be a house of this family within reach. Use it. write to us. You will find that the word Aloysian open doors in places you have never visited. Let me now say something to the graduates alone, and I will be direct. A good deal of what you are being taught here has a limited life. Some of what you learned in your first semester is already being revised. In 10 years, a portion of your syllabus may be of historical interest only. This is not a failure of your teachers. It is the nature of knowledge. And it means that if your degree were nothing but a container of information, it would begin to expire the moment you walked out of this hall. What does not expire is everything else you received here, most of it without noticing. The teacher who stayed back after class because your question was a good one. The discipline of returning to a problem you had already failed to solve twice. The habit of hearing out a person whose background is not yours. In a country of this scale, a rarer skill than most of us admit. A certain unwillingness to look away. These were not on the syllabus, and they will not appear on your transcript. They are the actual gift. Your motto is Lucet et ardet. Let me say, a lamp that only shines is a decoration. A fire that only burns consumes itself. The two together describe a life that gives light because something in it genuinely at stake. Permit me now to place beside your motto a voice from a very far away. I have spent the last 2 years translating into my Slovakian language a text written at the beginning of the pontificate of Pope Gregory the Great, around the year 590, the Regula Pastoralis, the pastoral rule. Gregory was the son of a Roman senator and a former prefect of the city, like the governor of the state. He became a bishop of Rome in a time of plague, famine, corruption, and administrative collapse, and wrote a systematic treatise on how a pastor ought to carry responsibility for others, even in very difficult times. I have distilled from it 155 principles. Let me leave you now only 5 of them. First, authority is a responsibility, not a prize. Gregory warns that those who rush towards office without fear may be seeking distinction rather than service. The weight of authority does not elevate the unprepared, it expresses them. Some of you will be given responsibility over other people far sooner than you expect. Receive it as a burden honorably carried, not as a reward collected. Second, knowledge without humility deforms. Learning that it is not accompanied by humility turns leadership into manipulation. The gravest fault in a leader is not error, but the pride that prevents him or her from correcting error. You are now formally educated people. The fact can make you useful, and it can make you unsufferable. The difference lies largely in humility. Third, unused potential is itself a form of failure. The greater the gift a person has been given, Gregory teaches, the greater the responsibility to use it for the good of the whole. You are hearing in 6th century Latin exactly what your teachers here have told you in an Ignatius language. Men and women for and with others. Fourth, life is the last argument. People follow example more readily than instructions. Your degree may open a door for you once, After that, everyone around you will simply watch how you behave. And fifth, the greatest danger to a successful person is quiet self-satisfaction. The capable leader must look not only at personal accomplishment, but also at everything that could never have been achieved without the helps of others. Gregory warns that even good work can become a source of pride when a person begins to admire himself or herself more than the good that has been done. Dear graduates, do that now. Literally. In a moment, turn around and look at the people sitting behind you, your family and friends, many of whom made this day possible at the cost. They have never intermissed for you. Your teachers, who have accompanied you through years of work and who will continue forming those who come after you. Nothing you receive on this stage today is yours alone. Father Chancellor, Father Vice Chancellor, Father Rector, dear colleagues, congratulations on this first convocation. May there be many, many more. Trnava, whose university tradition reaches back to 1635 and was shaped in its first life by the Society of Jesus, sends its greetings to St. Aloysius, founded in 1880. From a university shaped by the Jesuits' tradition to a university, Jesuit university, across nearly 7,000 kilometers inside one family. Ad multos annos. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Professor Lischner. Today, we are graced by the presence of a remarkable visionary, someone who looks far beyond the ordinary, whose imagination knows no bounds, and who envisions limitless possibilities where others see constraints. He is none other than Reverend Father Aloysius Vaz S.J., the Provincial of Karnataka Jesuit Province. It is with great joy and anticipation that we now invite you, Father, to enlighten and inspire us with your words.
The chief guest of the first convocation ceremony of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Professor Dr. C. Raj Kumar, Vice Chancellor, OP General, Global Institution of Eminence deemed to be University. Our guest of honor, Professor Milos Lischner, SJ, Vice Chancellor of Trnava University, Slovakia. Reverend Father Brian Pereira, Pro-Chancellor and Rector of St. Aloysius Institutions, Mangaluru. Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis, the Vice Chancellor. Dr. Ronald Nazareth, the Registrar. Deans, heads of the departments, faculty members, management, executive committee members, parents, and my dear graduating students. First of all, congratulations to St. Aloysius deemed to be University on your first convocation. Ever since you became a university, you have received many accolades, starting from your NAC grade, your Category 1 university, sustainability, and many more. Congratulations to every one of you. There's something very unique about this afternoon. And I think our chief guest, our guest of honor, and all on the days have a Jesuit culture. And this was very much brought out in all your speeches today. I'm very happy to have all of you here on this graduation, on this convocation ceremony, as we listen to each one of them. Thank you very much for taking all the trouble to come from Haryana and from Slovakia. Graduates, it is my great pleasure to congratulate you on the completion of your degrees and being the first graduates of this nascent university. Convocation Day is a life marker. It serves as a success marker for lots of people. They look back on their convocation day and mark their progress in life since that day. In a sense, what is happening here this afternoon is the end of one journey and the beginning of another. The first journey was made with everything arranged by other people, with the circumstances controlled and limited by individuals and situations. The second journey will be made on your own, in freedom and discovery. And on the second journey, you will carry with you a lot of baggage that you picked on the first journey. Thoughts and ideas, skills you have learned, people you have loved and love, an appreciation of many important things, certain attitudes and values that were spoken by our chief guest and our guest of honor, a sense of the divine. All of that has become part of who you are. In the new world of instant communication and digital technology, of worldwide markets and universal aspiration for peace and well-being, we are faced with growing tensions and paradoxes. In response to these challenges, we at St. Aloysius deemed to be University must continue to work hard with imagination and faith, and often under difficult circumstances, to strengthen the specific character of our institution. A Jesuit institution must be outstanding in its human, social, spiritual, and moral formation, as well as for its personal attention and accompaniment of its students, and to the diverse groups of people who work in it or are related to it. Our faculties have to deal with wonder, create critical thinking, experimental orientation, and daring innovation. I wish to congratulate our faculty, the Vice Chancellor, the Registrar, the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the Deans, and every one of you. Kindly give them a big round of applause. It was Carl Jung who said, "One looks back with appreciation to the brilliant teachers, but with gratitude to those who touched our human feelings." At St. Aloysius deemed to be University, we look at education not just as a career, but a preparation for life, and life in a very changing world. There are 4 outcomes we would like to see in our students. First of all, adaptability and resilience. Second, societal impact. How does an individual's thought and action impact society? Third, a sense of purpose. Why do we do what we do? And finally, a sense of ethics, developing a sense of conscience of what is right and wrong. I think these are the learning outcomes that Jesuit higher education has always talked about. The transforming power of education on a Jesuit campus means personal transformation that leads to societal transformation through the ongoing dialectic of personal freedom and social responsibility. Dear graduates, St. Aloysius deemed to be University has given you not merely an academic education, but something far more enduring, a set of values that you will return to again and again as you navigate your journey ahead. The values of a Jesuit education are not abstract ideals. They call upon you to cultivate and nurture your authentic self, to be concerned about the marginalized, to celebrate diversity and promote equity, to exercise discernment in your decisions through reflection, to recognize the divinity present in all things, to embrace the spirit of Magus, to always seek the more, to engage the world with generosity and empathy, to pause periodically and reflect on your own actions, and serve humankind with a deep sense of justice, love, solidarity, and forgiveness. I dream, just as Martin Luther King Jr. said, I have a dream. I dream of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, to be at the pinnacle of the educational pyramid, and maybe walk in the steps of O.P. Jindal, to become an institution of eminence at some time, and be known all over as a center of higher learning, innovative and progressive. Our university should be a cradle of novel ideas, a crucible of creative thoughts, an incubator of out-of-the-box inquiries, fountain of expertise across different disciplines, and nursery of intellectual capital. In essence, it should be the citadel of scholarship that should churn out distinguished statesmen, as we have. in the country, and we have an example in Dr. Rajkumar. Exemplary academics, stalwarts of business, leaders of governance, wizards of finance, icons of political, social, economic, and cultural transformation. A love of learning, a longing for discovery, and a commitment to pursue the truth are the underpinnings of this great institution. Dear graduating students, a long road lies ahead of you. You will approach it with hope and confidence. Above all, you will approach it with generosity and humility, the two most important badges you can wear on the road through life. May you use responsibly and wisely the gifts God has given you. May you appreciate the love and concern your parents and faculty have for you and for your future. May you live up to the ideals and expectations that this great institution has set before you. God bless you, and may God be with you wherever you may go. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father Diane, for those sublimely inspiring words. We have now reached a moment of pride and celebration, the distribution of rank certificates and special awards. May I now invite Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, to read out the names of our distinguished rank holders and special prize winners. The dignitaries are requested to do the honors.
Honorable dignitaries, at this moment of celebration, we proudly recognize those graduates whose exceptional academic achievements have brought great honor to our university. Our rank holders are a source of immense pride and inspiration, reflecting the values of excellence, commitment, perseverance that all define the Aloysian spirit. They embody the Jesuit ideals of Magis, the constant striving for excellence in all what they do. May I now call upon our distinguished chief guest, our guest of honor, Honorable Chancellor, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Honorable Vice-Chancellor to kindly confer the rank awards upon our outstanding graduate in recognition of their exceptional academic excellence. Rank list of postgraduate programs. MA English. First rank was Janice Francis. She is also recipient of Aloysian Stanley John Bosco Matthias Scholarship for securing highest marks in MA English. Second rank, Vranda. MA Economics, first rank, Kunal Singh. MA Journalism and Mass Communication, Vencita Dias. Masters of Social Work, MSW, first rank, Alistair Sean D'Souza. Second rank, Nirada Shane. Third rank, Vinola Flavia Pinto. Fourth rank, Aishat Mishal. MSc Corporate Psychology, first rank, Michelle Sandra Dias. Second rank, Bradula Raghunath. MSc Clinical Psychology, first rank, Athray Manvi. Second rank, Vrunda. MSc Biotechnology, first rank, Rima R. Sheth. Second rank, Danyatha. Third rank, Ashutosh Kumar. MSc Biochemistry, first rank, Zoya. Second rank, Yashaswini. MSc Analytical Chemistry, first rank, P. Malapriya Raf. She is also recipient of Aloysius Stanless John Bosco Matthias Scholarship for securing highest marks in MSc Analytical Chemistry. Second rank, Anamika A.B. MSc Chemistry, first rank, Calvina Ancila Pinto. She is also recipient of Dr. Richard and Dr. Ikra Gonzalez Prize for securing highest marks in MSc Chemistry. Second rank, Hafsat Anwar. Third rank, Smriti Hebar. MSc Physics, first rank, Nishan N. MSc Mathematics, first rank, Meghana A. Rao. MSc Food Science and Technology, first rank, Alita Ann Correa. Second rank, Vanitha HD. Third rank, Sneha Titus. MSc Food Science, Nutrition and Dietetics, first rank, Harshita R. Salian. Second rank, Vaishnavi K. Third rank, Pooja S. MCom, first rank, Ravi Kiran. Second rank, Delvin Prajwal Montero. MCom Finance and Analytics, first rank, Ananya. MBA, first rank, Ruchita R. Bhatt. Second rank, Sania Dechamma, BT. Third rank is shared by two, Aldrin Nikita Fernandez. Delisha D'Souza. Fourth rank, Gopika KV. Fifth rank, Avinash D'Souza. MSc Software Technology, first rank, Ananya Bundoli. Second rank, Ananya J. Ray. Third rank, Pratham. MSc Big Data Analytics, first rank, Munna. Second rank, Gaman Kumar Nayak. MSc Bioinformatics, first rank, Abhiksha. MSc Data Science, first rank, Ashland Seravo. Second rank, Sanjay DK. Third rank, Bhumika U. Bangera. MCA, first rank, Primal Castellino. Second rank, Sanjana M. Mudakiri. Third rank, Ananya Machendra. Fourth rank, Vishmita. Fifth rank, Prapti A. Bachelor of Education, B.Ed, first rank, Marcia Shane Cardozo. Second rank, Johnson Denzil Pereira. Third rank, Sumarlangi Barek. PGDBM, first rank, Josna Komal Vas. Thank you. There is a special prize, MSc Analytical Chemistry, Mir Maruthi Ganikar, also recipient of Celine Rebello and Peter Rebello Scholarship. Thank you.
It's time to distribute the degree certificates for the postgraduate programs. May I please request Dr. Rachel Natasha to read out the names of the students from the School of Physical Sciences.
School of Physical Sciences. We begin with the students from MSc Analytical Chemistry. Albin Peter, Aparna R, Apurva V. Shenoy, Archana, Aishatul Mihana, Aishat Razina, Diksha Salian, Fatima Shaiba, Hridya, Jean Evangeline Kutina, K. Manish Kumar, Karthik Shetty, Kritika, Mariam Hanan, Megha A.V., Muhammad Sali, R. Rohit, Raksha P., Kiran, Samprita Silva, Shama, Shruti, Herin, Vinita K, Zeenat Ilham. Moving on to students of MS3 Chemistry, Abhirami KM, Aishwarya P. Nair, Amrita HJ, BU Ganashri, Banlam Kupar, Chaitra RN, Daniel Herold, Diksha K, Elaine Anna Maria, Jeetal D'Souza, Jeshma DK, Jishnu K, Kriti, Shama M. Salian, Mariam Rifa, Mariamma, Namrata HR, Nandana Krishna, Neha K, Neha MU, Pooja K, Pratiksha S, Sandra S, Shaina, Shrisha Rao, Ananya, Sinchana KV. Moving on to MSc Mathematics students, Ashwini Bhagwat, Farheen Fatima, Manjula Shri, Meghana, Pallavi M, Ranjini, Shravya Shetty, Shreya, Tanvi Jerin Tiga, Pujari Sanvi Srinivas, Henville Anson Walder. Moving on to MSc Physics students, Akshay KV, Arjun KM, Dennett Jose, Divya, Gracia Jose, Grishma A, Harsha K, Joshua Mark D'Souza, Lakshmi B. Nair, Maclean Walson Fernandez, Naraini Pai, Riona Vanessa Benis, Srinanda, Trupti S, Nada IA. Thank you.
I request Dr. Renita Maria D'Souza to read out the names for the School of Life Sciences.
Good evening, everyone. From the School of Life Sciences, we begin with the Department of Biochemistry. Ananya Hegde, Anjanam Balachandran, Aradhya SR, Arya K, Hasna CM, Kavana UT, Kavya Belakiri, Krishna Priya VV, Nafisa Nusrat Inana, Nandana, Neha, Varsha Sihar, Smita Bandari, Mohan Kumar AG, Ganesh C. From Department of Biotechnology, Ashita A, Aisha, Babita MR, Berita Benz, Criola Grace Gonsalves, Deepta B. Shetty, Kasturi R, Maitri, Manaswi NV, Namita N, Natasha Mascarenhas, Nishma PS, Payal Bangera, Prajisha, Pratham Rao T, Pratiksha BP, Prisha Rai, Pronita Mandal, Ruby Thomas, Savia E. Sajeev, Srija, Srividya H, Sonali R.U., Srinidhi J, Vijita, Chaitan M.T., Nandana, Swarali D. Pawar, Shravan Kumar K. From the Department of Food Science, Nutrition and Dietetics, Aishwarya P, Akila M, Anaga MB, Ankita P. Amin, Athira A.R., Bhavana T.K., Christy Jennifer S., Devina Andrade, Fatima Bashir, Fatimat Rifa, Geetu K.P., Khadija, Khatija Samia, Mariam Riza, Meenakshi, Miduna C, Sara Zishana, Sona Prajit, Saundarya J, Sri Lakshmi C, Vaishali, Vaishnavi C, Maidili P, D'Souza Joyston Charlie. From the Department of MSc Food Science and Technology, Aditya K, Akshata S, Alan V. George, Amita Sanil KP, Anushri U, Chinmay Acharya, Delina Dennis, Devika VP, Donia Biju, Harvinder R, Lena KL, Leah K. Sebastian, Mohammad Abdullah Hafiz, Pahima M. Jogan, Punesh, Rachana N, Ratik Adish D, Sanjana HR, Sara Mativ, Shibin KP, Shobha Sain, Sri Lakshmi Arilal, Susan PP, Vishmita, Yashwant PL, Divyashri PJ, Anjum Nihala PS. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ranita Maria. I request Dr. Sucheta Vijay Kumar to read out the names for the School of Information Science and Technology.
From School of Information Science and Technology, we begin with MCA graduates, Aaron Cardozo, Abhishek, Adeline Nazareth, Akash, Akhila, Anjali, Annette Lewis, Anvesh, Anyashri, Aryan Tellis, Ashwita, Aston Rodriguez, Bhargav Gatti, Chaitra, Sharishma, Chetan Rai, Devika C, Devi Prasad, Aliston Barreto, Ajay, Aishat Sahada, Fatima Tasmira, Franita Fernandez, Gagan Shetty, Gitanjali, Glenit Dikunna, Greshan Kutina, Hawa Zimra, Hawaz Mohammed, Irina Francis, Ishika Amin, Jitan D'Souza, Janina Fernandez, Justin Matthias, Darshan, Vikas Rao, Kirtana, Krishnaraj Bhatt, Kaushik K, Josna, Kritika, Lanish Gonsalves, Lavanya, Likit, Likita, Liston Pereira, Leiden Crasto, Ganesh, Nikesh, Maitri, Mitisha, Mukta, Nebisha, Netravati, Nixon, Trisha, Pooja, Pranav, Prashant, Pratika, Pratiksha, Pratiksha Rao, Priyesh, Dhanushri, Rachana, Rashmita, Renisha, Ruben Serao, Ritul, Rolvia, Rupashri, Samarpit, Samiksha, Samiksha Ullal, Sanchia, Sanjana, Shelton, Shipali, Shipali K, Shrapya, Sridevi, Shruta Bangera, Snehal Kumar, Jona, Sonika, Saujanya Bhatt, Srijan Raj, Srijan, Sunny Dilip Desai, Sushant, Sushant Shetty, Suvidha, Swikar Bangera, Shravya Anchan, Tanmaya Ail, Tanishka, Tristan D'Souza, Tushar Pujari, Vaishnavi, Vamshi Shetty, Vignesh, Vishnu, Viola D'Souza, Velric Desa, Vaishnavi Bhatt, Videya Yes. List of the students from MSc Big Data Analytics. Aishwarya Alva, Diksha Jain, Dhanya, Dwaraknath, Padmashri, Sakshi Shenoy, Kezia Sheen, Melvin Rodriguez, Nathan, Nikhil, Nischint, Rishika, Rohit, Samarth Shetty, Sarthak Shetty, Soumya Kesi, Sri Raksha, Bellon, Vriddhi, Rakshita, Amal Raj, Joyston D'Souza. MSc Bioinformatics, Dhanya Shetty, Harshan Maju, Manoj, Partha, Randeep Nambiar, Ashrita K, Tejaswini V. List of students from MSc Data Science: Aditya Dinesh, Aishwarya, Amisha, Ananya, Anisha Lobo, Anush, Brovin, Diksha, Dilon, Disha, Rishal, Harshita Shetty, Jenvisha D'Costa, Kalidasan, Leona D'Souza, Leroy D'Souza, Navya, Nimisha, Nishant, Nishmita, Pooja, Pradeep Matthias, Puneet, Renuka, Rishon, Sindhu, Sushmita. List of students from MSc Software Technology: Anant Gautam, Anusha Rao, Ashit Fernandez, Carol Pinto, Daryl, Danush, Fatima Fanaz, Guru Prasad, Karthik, Kavana, Maya Fernandez, Manasa, Manmita, Mithun K. Manoj, Niyati, Pallavi, Rajna, Pritesh, Rahul, Ramiza, Rashmita, Srajan, Swaroop, Tushar, Avil, Brian D'Souza, Anusha, Gibson Fernandez, Gilchrist Fernandez. Thank you.
I request Dr. Manohar Sarao to read out the names for the School of Arts and Humanities.
Good afternoon. I shall now read out the names of students from School of Arts and Humanities, program-wise. Beginning from MA Economics, Swedel Frank, Durga Kantappa Vaddar, Raju Muttappa Doddamani, Lavisha D'Souza, U. Akash Krishna, Aryashri Jayaprakash, Umesh Saba, Michelle Michael D'Souza, Vinati Bhimappa Billa. Moving on, MA Journalism and Mass Communication, Athira Krishnan, Charbi Vyas, Devadattan Girish Kumar Nair, Navya Krishnan R, Nishali, Lavisha Pinto, Sana and Shreya Jain. MSc Clinical Psychology, Aishwarya Rajesh, Amra Fatima TP, Amreen Naz Sheikh, Arabi Nawazuddin, Atira Rajivan, Diksha Fiona Fernandez, Diksha Yu, Fatimat Hiba, Vishma Rajesh Modi, Kirti Kesi, Kumar Vishnuja, Mariamat Farana, Mufida, Nagashri B.R., Nihala Fatima, Nisi Mariam Jacob, Royston Kutinna, Simran Flora Saldana, Spurti S, Vidwat Shettigar, Kriti Shantraj Manai, Nandita B. Siju, Krishnapriya MS, and Aisha. Moving on to MSc Corporate Psychology, Angelina CB, Anushri Ajesh, Aryashri Jose, Avantika Prakash, Chaitra, Dia Puvanna, Fatima Penna K, Fatimat Sana, Mary Teresa, Merin Jose, Ohaza MM, Niharika M. Shetty, Suhaksi K, Suhana Alita Williams, Vaishnavi Tekumalla, Anju Matthew. Moving on to MSW, Abhishek Monsi, Akhilesh NG, Albin Binoy, Albi Shaji, Ami K. Anil, Anamika, Anetta Joseph, Anisha Sweetina D'Souza, Anu Sebastian, Ashin P. Ullas, Denz Martin, Devapriya DS, Dixon M. Jose, Ibadapian K. Lingdo, Kirtana A, Likit, Maria John, Pritika Glani Tauro, Sahana AC, Sandra Maria, Sandra Matthew, Sangeeta and Saji, Shashwati Krishna, Bipin James, Megha Matthew, Navina Kuwar, Srishti Raj DK, Johnson Thomas, and Lakshmi Manoj. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Mamta to read out the names for the School of Commerce, Finance and Accountancy.
From the MCOM program, Aditya Narayana P, Agnes Vincent, Akshata Loni, Alan Saju, Aisha Sana, Daphne Crasta, Greg Milton D'Souza, Jemima Niola Arana, Megha, Nikita Ravi, Raina Kutina, Rinsa PV, Roslyn Martis, Shahila MT, Sri Rama S, Sujata Chandrasekhar, Vamshi MR, Vilisha Hallett Braggs, Vishal Royston Martha, Farmiza Suhana, Zina Viola Fernandez, Mrudula MB, Abdul Qadir Asan, Agilan N, Pratham K, shall now proceed with the MCOM Finance and Analytics program. Dion Joshwin Pinto, Evelyn Robbie, Janvel Monisha Vas, Oswin Dilna Saldana, P. Maya Bhatt, Ram Prasad Salyan, Rodfrey Sharvin Montero, Sri Om Shikit Shivakumar, Stancy Savina Amanna, Macklin Gilson De Silva, Flinton Pranoy Kutina, B. Shreya Baliga, Johnson Saravo, D. Rishikesh Bhatt. Thank you.
I request Dr. Justin James to read out the names for the School of Business and Management.
School of Business and Management, MBA, Adarsh J.I., Aglin Juliana S., Aishwarya Francis, Aishwarya Harikumar, Akash M.J., Akhilesh A. Prabhu, Akshay K. Nair, Alan S. George, Alan Sequeira, Albert Jacob, Anaga Anil, Ananya Shaju, Ansi Joy N, Angad Anil Nayak, Anisha Jennifer Saravo, Anjana P, Anson Montero, Aparna Patmanabhan, Asunda Pooja A, BB Avin Ayanna, Calvin Fred Gonsalves, Chaitanya SM, Chris James Almeida, Dattasri, Deena Dilhat Usman, Deepika, Devendra A, Devika Ramesh, Dhanyasri, Dhyan L. Shetty, Diya HB, Draupadi K, E.K. Sarang Raghunath, Edwin Shaju, Ganesh Krishnamurthy Nayak, Gayatri N. Kamath, Glenn Lawrence Quadras, Gauda Trisha Sheshapa, Gwen Michelle D'Souza, Harsha Hemant Kumar PN, Rishika Fatima S, Huma Mahdi C, Ibrahim Tabish, Irfana, Isha Regu, Janak Mohan, Jessica Velanka Saldana, Gilson Hansen Machado, Jishnu MB, Joel D'Souza, Joel Leander Pinto, Jovin D'Souza, Justin Jos, Kartika J, KS Ritika, Lakshmi Priya AV, Liston Rahul D'Souza, Manoj Kumar SR, Manvit N, Merlin Abigail Amanna, Megan Fernandez, Melon Dominic Savion D'Souza, Milton D'Souza, Nitin Mello, Nivedita Patikal, Pearl D'Souza, Pratna Pandurang Majalikar, Pranav N, Prashant V, Pratiksha Chandrasekhar, Prashilda M. Korea, Preston Lobo, Rajat Shetty, Renisha Diona Lobo, Rivona Teresa Trindade, Rishika P, Ritika, Rohit R, Ronak Fabian D'Souza, Rochelle D'Souza, Ruben Fernandez, Samarth, Samuel Wilson Vivi, Sandra Sajeevan, Sanjana, Sehan Ahmad, Shaima Rasak, Shanvit, Sharanya Das, Sharon John Brito, Shashank Shetty, Shivani SS, Sreni, Shreyas, Sonal R. Kotian, Sonal Sharil D'Souza, Sudeep Stephen, Suhas, Sukesh K, Swapna, Sweetie Francis, Tirumalesh Kholla KV, Tobis Mon Thomas, Trinesh Pete Shetty, Vaishak V, Vaishak M, Vaishnavi Prabhu, Vasudeva V. Pai, Vinith Preetham De Silva, Vishnu T, Alagananda P, Srijan Shetty, Mohammad Tasir Neha, Nixon Andrew Marshall Fernandez, Joshnil Preeta D'Souza, Gloria Saver Silva, Abhishek K. PGDBM, Justina Joseph, Melrin Steffi Lobo. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I request Dr. Melissa M. Govius to read out the names of the School of Languages and Cultural Studies.
Good afternoon. These are the graduates from the School of Languages and Cultural Studies. Anaga KV, Leela Narasimha Ubadaya, Michelle Primel Tauro, Nisha, Pooja A, Pooja Namita Narayan, Pujari Pratiksha Karunakar, Paurnami PV, Rakshita S, Rebecca Zoe Mendonça, Royston Lasrado, Sandra Pramod, Seben James, Shaina P. Pujari, Shravya DV, Sri Lakshmi PP, Aishat Alfina. Thank you.
I now request Dr. Delna D. Lobo to read out the names for the School of Education.
Tokre Rupali Sunil, Aisha Katuna, Divya Dominic D'Souza, Anusha Kanakapur, Savita Maria D'Souza, Flavia Crasta, Prima Marina Lasrado, Jasvika Divya Lobo, Surayat, Cheryl Johnson, Yakshita, Mohammad Mikdad, Zuwaira Munawara, Jemima Rosalia, Simran Yadav, Belotra Catherine Fernandez, Viba, Roshni Parveen, Vatsala V, Raksha PH, Melissa Joseph, Fatima Rasina AK, Shreyas L, Annette Thomas, Karanda Shah KM. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And thank you very much, dignitaries. Gratitude is the hallmark of every gracious heart, and it is now time to express our heartfelt thanks. I invite Dr. Vaishali Rai, Assistant Professor in the Department of Microbiology and the coordinator of this memorable event, to convey her words of gratitude.
Today marks a defining milestone in the illustrious journey of our institution. The first convocation of St. Aloysius University heralds a new chapter in our century-long journey of academic excellence, character formation, and service to society. As we draw the curtains on this historic and momentous occasion, it's my distinct privilege to express our heartfelt appreciation on behalf of the management, faculty, staff, and students of St. Aloysius University, Mangalore. First and foremost, I express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Professor Dr. C. Rajkumar, Vice Chancellor O.P. Jindal Global University, an institution of eminence, for graciously accepting our invitation and delivering an inspiring convocation address. Sir, your vision, wisdom, and words of encouragement have inspired our graduates to dream bigger, lead with integrity, and serve the society with purpose. Thank you for making this occasion truly memorable. My sincere gratitude goes to our distinguished guest of honor, Reverend Professor Dr. Milos Lišner, S.J., Vice Chancellor, Trnava University, Slovakia. Father, your inspiring message, academic leadership, and blessings have added immense significance to this inaugural convocation. We are deeply grateful for your encouragement and support. I am deeply grateful to Reverend Father Dionysius Vas S.J., Provincial Karnataka Jesuit Province, and Honorable Chancellor, St. Aloysius University, for presiding over this prestigious ceremony and blessing our graduates with this inspiring message. Thank you, Father. I would like to place on record our deep appreciation to Reverend Father Brian Pereira S.J., Rector, St. Aloysius Institutions, and Honorable Pro-Chancellor, St. Aloysius University, for gracing the occasion with this esteemed presence. Father, thank you. With immense respect and gratitude, I thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Matis S.J., for his visionary leadership, steadfast guidance, and commitment in shaping St. Aloysius University. Father, your dedication made this historic convocation a reality and continues to inspire us all. Thank you. I extend my profound appreciation to our Honorable Pro-Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Melvin Dicunna S.J., for administering the oath to the graduates with great dignity and solemnity. We are grateful for his continued support and guidance. Thank you, Father. My sincere thanks to Dr. Ronald Nazrat, Registrar, St. Aloysius University, for being the driving force behind the successful organization of the first convocation ceremony. Your leadership, meticulous planning, and attention to detail have ensured the seamless conduct of this event. Thank you, sir, for your constant guidance. I extend my sincere thanks to Reverend Father Anthony Pies S.J., Finance Officer, St. Aloysius University, for his gracious presence and support. Thank you, Father. I gratefully acknowledge the presence of the Controller of Examinations, members of the Executive Council, Academic Council, Directors, Deans, Associate Deans, Assistant Deans, Heads of Departments, Chairs, Co-Chairs of the various offices, faculty members, distinguished alumni, Office Manager, and all the other dignitaries who have honored this occasion with their gracious presence. My special thanks to Mr. Ayush Kothari, Assistant Convener, for his wholehearted support, commitment, and tireless effort in coordinating the various aspects of today's program. A heartfelt note of appreciation to Dr. Vidya Vinuta D'Souza and Mr. Vishal Naik, our Masters of Ceremony, for conducting today's proceedings with exceptional grace and poise. Words fall short in acknowledging the committed efforts of all the committee heads and members, administrative staff, and non-teaching staff whose tireless teamwork made this historic event a grand success. Thank you all. I express my appreciation to the maintenance and logistics team led by Mr. Godwin Coelho for their timely support in ensuring the seamless conduct of today's ceremony. My sincere thanks to the print and electronic media for covering this landmark event and helping us share this joyous occasion with the larger community. I extend my sincere appreciation to the choir for the beautiful musical accompaniment that added grace and solemnity to this convocation ceremony. A special word of appreciation to the NCC cadets and NSS volunteers for their discipline, dedication, and exemplary service which ensured the smooth execution of the program. To all the teachers, your dedication has been instrumental in shaping the graduates we celebrate today. Thank you for nurturing and inspiring our students. A heartfelt gratitude to all the parents and guardians for your love, sacrifice, and trust in our university. And finally, to the stars of today's event, congratulations on reaching this remarkable milestone. As the first graduating class of St. Aloysius University, class of 2026, you will forever occupy a special place in the history of this institution. May your knowledge enlighten minds, your character inspire lives, and your service enrich humanity. Thank you one and all. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishali. And let us give a huge round of applause to Dr. Vaishali Rai for putting together this meticulously organized program for us. Thank you once again. As a token of our respect and appreciation, it is our privilege to present a memento to our dignitaries. May I please request the Chancellor, Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz S.J., to present a memento to the Chief Guest, Dr. C. Rajkumar. And I also request Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J., Vice Chancellor, to hand over the coffee table book of St. Aloysius Institution's Echoes of the Corridor. The coffee table book of St. Aloysius Institutions narrates the rich legacy and achievements of our glorious institution. May I now invite Reverend Father Dionysius Vaz S.J., Provincial of the Karnataka Jesuit Province and President of MJES, to formally bring this convocation ceremony to a close. Thank you, Father Diane. May now invite Father Diane to formally bring this convocation ceremony to a close.
I declare the first convocation ceremony of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, Mangaluru, closed.
Thank you, Father. I request everyone to kindly stand as we sing the national anthem. I kindly request all students to remain standing as our dignitaries proceed towards the exit. May I now request Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar at St. Aloysius deemed to be University, to receive the University Mace and to lead the academic procession out of the Convocation Hall.
Dear students, kindly be seated. As we part ways today, may each one of you move forward with greater confidence, stronger dreams, and